Tonight, an investigation into a Charlotte daycare where this 4-month-old died in his sleep. We first told you about Logan Bryant in November. But tonight it turns out his daycare was in trouble long before Logan came through the front door.
Little Logan died last June at Chesterbrook Academy off Mallard Creek Road. The official cause of death, SIDS. But his parents have their doubts, especially since his autopsy confirms Logan was asleep on his stomach, a direct violation of North Carolina law.
I think about what he would have become, how he would have grown up, how my older son would have been a good brother to him.
All new at 11 o'clock, David Spunt learned what parents can do to screen a daycare before letting them watch their child. David?
Paul, Charlotte Mecklenburg Police and the Mecklenburg County District Attorney are taking a closer look at this case following my investigation in November. I've gone through hundreds of pages of North Carolina daycare inspection records about Chesterbrook Academy. What I found reveals several red flags parents should know about.
You go to work that morning and the whole day you're there, you have no idea anything bad is happening to your son. So I was really shocked.
Questions about Logan Bryant's death prompted us to look even closer at Chesterbrook Academy off Mallard Creek Road. We combed through State Department of Health and Human Services records and found multiple violations since the daycare opened in 1997. On October 15, 2012, the Department of Health and Human Services cited the daycare because a 1-year-old was left unsupervised in the classroom while the remainder of the class was outside on the playground. On June 11, 2013, just one day after Logan died, the department cited the daycare because a teacher fell asleep while 5 infants were in her care. A department report says children were not adequately supervised and a child was neglected while in care. The report goes on to say a staff member placed an infant in a crib that was not assigned to that infant. Another violation, a child was handled roughly. A staff member picked up an infant by one arm to remove the child from the crib. The staff member roughly placed another child in stationary play equipment. It also says staff did not follow this safe sleep policy. A staff member failed to visually check on a sleeping infant for 1 hour. WBTV obtained these emergency room notes from Logan's parents. They're from the night he died and reveal that paramedics discovered Logan face down with a cloth over his head.
He's not supposed to have anything in the crib.
Completely out of the blue.
Dr. Scott Spies is a pediatrician in Charlotte and was surprised when we showed him the ER notes.
The standard of care in the United States would be to never put a baby to sleep on their stomach.
Logan died on June 10, 2013. The state placed Chesterbrook Academy on a probationary license for 1 year beginning on November 22nd, the same day our first investigation aired. DHHS says the date is just a coincidence. As part of Chesterbrook's probation, inspectors will visit the academy more frequently. No criminal charges have been filed against Chesterbrook or against the employee in charge of watching Logan. However, Mecklenburg County health officials placed her on a responsible individuals list, meaning the county considers her responsible for abuse or serious neglect in this case. The daycare and county won't even say if she's still employed at Chesterbrook.
Parents need to know what's in that report. They need to know what happened to our son so that they can make a better decision for their children.
Police have a videotape of the incident but won't release it, citing an open investigation. How do you check a daycare to make sure your child is going to the best place possible? Let me show you how to do it. It's very simple. We've posted a link right now on our website, WBTV.com. I'm going to go through it on this iPad here. We're going to take a full screenshot. You go to the state website of child development. We have this on our website. You type in the facility's name, Chesterbrook Academy. Once you go there, you hit submit. You can pull up a ton of Chesterbrook Academies in the Charlotte area. You can see right here there's a Chesterbrook Academy on Mallard Creek from our story with a probationary license. You click on that right there. You go to DCD visits. You can find a lot of information right there. I do want to point out that the Department of Health and Human Services, they look at several factors before closing a place down. David Spunt, WBTV, on your side.
All right, David, thank you. The spokeswoman for Chesterbrook Academy's corporate office sent us this statement. Quote, "Our hearts are heavy and our thoughts continue to remain with the family since the tragic loss of one of our children in June. The safety and well-being of our children are our highest priorities, and we take very seriously our obligation to comply with all child care licensing regulations as outlined by the state of North Carolina." The Bryant family has filed a lawsuit against the daycare.
We will stay on this. We'll let you know what happens.